Equals there's a moment that quietly settles in your heart, perhaps catching you off guard, when you find yourself thinking about someone in your life. It might be someone you care about deeply, someone whose familiar presence you regularly cherish. Or maybe it's someone who simply crosses your mind unexpectedly, without invitation. A person you haven't thought about in quite a while. You wonder why this particular person is on your mind, especially when there's so much already demanding your attention. This very moment in your life might be filled with work tasks that stack up relentlessly, forming endless lists in your mind. Each task buzzing insistently, reminding you of deadlines and responsibilities. Messages from colleagues and friends accumulate on your phone, blinking with reminders that insist on responses. A family needing your presence often feels like a gentle tug at your heartstrings, calling for your attention over dinner conversations, help with homework, or simply to be there, physically and emotionally, to share in the quiet moments. And then there's that ever-present to-do list, the one that never seems to fully clear itself, no matter how many checkmarks you make. It looms in the back of your mind, a constant reminder of the world's demands on your time and energy. Yet amidst all this, their image, their name, nudges its way into your thoughts. You find yourself questioning why now, why this instant permits this intrusion. What does it mean amidst the chaos of your busy life? Or if it's just a passing thought with no significance, one of many that flit through your consciousness without consequence. This is a moment for you to pause. It's often in these unexpected moments, when you least expect it, that questions like these surface. You find yourself considering the weight of this thought. Could it hold more than just a fleeting significance? But consider for a moment that this isn't a random occurrence. What if this very instance of thinking about that person isn't simply happenstance? Imagine there might be a reason behind this gentle whisper, a reason that stretches beyond mere coincidence. It could be that God is calling you to pray for them. At first, it might seem like an unfamiliar or even awkward nudge, wondering why you're chosen to lift them up in prayer and what words you could possibly offer on their behalf. For many, the act of prayer might feel daunting or foreign. You might worry whether you have the right words, the sincerity needed, or the proper way to approach this spiritual gesture. Yet, the very act of opening your heart, even in moments when you're unsure, can be the start of something powerful and meaningful. You might feel inadequate, questioning if your prayers have any worth or weight. But remember, it's not about perfection or knowing the exact words to say. It's about the intention that stems from your heart, the willingness to stand in the gap for another, even if silently. Just think about the moments in life when you felt distant from others, perhaps even from God. Can you recall those times, those specific instances that linger in your memory, when loving or caring for yourself seemed like a mountain too steep to climb? Maybe these times arose after a profound loss that overshadowed your days, a disappointment that gnawed at your self-worth, or in the quiet aftermath of an argument that stretched longer than expected, leaving behind an echo of hurt and misunderstanding. At those times, can you recall wishing for someone to step in, to extend a hand, to offer a prayer, to uplift your spirit when your own felt too heavy, too burdened, to lift on its own? It's here, in these quiet acknowledgments of your struggles, that your experience becomes a bridge to understanding how someone else might be feeling right now. There's comfort in knowing that when you pray for someone, you open a space of grace for them. Imagine the act of creating a protective, loving space around them, even if they never know you're doing it. This simple act encloses them in a warmth of thoughtful intention, allowing the stresses and anxieties of your own life to momentarily take a step back. It doesn't have to be elaborate or filled with the perfect words. Sometimes, it's simply about holding them gently in your thoughts, lifting their needs, even those they haven't shared out loud, into God's light. Picture the way you'd want someone to hold you in their prayers. With kindness that isn't forced but genuine, sincere beyond formalities, embedded in a simple hope for peace that surpasses all understanding and meets them exactly where they are. As you navigate each day, everyday life is filled with 1,000 distractions, from the emails that buzz urgently, demanding your immediate attention, to the domestic chores that pile up at the day's end, waiting for your care. You tend to each of these diligently, moving through your routines with practiced precision. But then, unexpectedly, threads of human connection tug at you. They do so suddenly and insistently. It's as if life pauses for this small, sacred purpose that asks of you to slow down, become still, and notice. In these moments, why not allow yourself to lean into them, to succumb to their gentle press? Enter the quietness they offer amidst the surrounding noise, even if just for a moment. It's an invitation to embrace the pause. Take, for example, the colleague who walked past your desk today, their face carrying more weight than usual, an expression that hints at unspoken burdens. Or perhaps think of the friend, the one who has been quieter lately, where conversations that once flowed easily now stumble into awkward pauses and silences that you both don't know how to fill. Could it be that they are in need of what only prayer can provide? Could it be that your simple, heartfelt prayers might be the unseen force they need in their lives? When God places someone on your heart, it's a soft invitation. It's not an incident marked by bright lights or a loud call, no giant signs pointing the way. Rather, it's a gentle, persistent nudge. It's not about knowing the intricacies of their struggles, or having the answers they seek. It's not even about you becoming entangled in their burdens. Instead, it's about presence, being present to them through prayer, letting the Spirit intercede where meanings and deep concerns, connected by heartfelt groans, transcend words. It's about being available, even from the sidelines. In the busyness of bustling hospital corridors, amidst the urgency that permeates each step of the medical personnel, or in the delicate stillness of a living room late at night, when the world has calmed and rests in slumber, wherever you find your busy soul stopping to breathe, that invitation quietly echoes and lingers. It asks, will you spend a moment, lift a prayer, be the unseen hand through which God's gentle love reaches someone else? As you ponder this question, the reality sets in that small acts of prayer carry profound gift. Reflect now on those moments when your own heart has been warmed, unbeknownst to you at the time but appreciated later, by another's unseen, silent prayer. Think of the gentle peace that followed when you learned that someone, somewhere, cared enough to offer your name, to mention you in their conversation with God. You too are given this gift to share, a precious gift, a chance to be God's instrument in someone's life, at a moment they most need His intercession. It's a beautiful, humbling realization that prayer connects you straight into the heart of God's family, knitting unseen threads between us all. Threads that weave individuals across time and distance into a broader tapestry. Your prayer, while seemingly simple and perhaps bundled with doubt or hesitation, weaves into a larger tapestry of God's work in this world, a part of a divine conversation that transcends not only time and space, but also our limitations of understanding. As you carry these thoughts forward, think about the opportunity this week to pause. Consider when and where this moment might occur for you. Maybe it'll be in your car waiting in busy traffic, as the world continues to rush by you, giving you the space to slow down internally. Maybe it's during a brief moment before you drift into sleep, when the day's activity has paused, and in that quiet corner before dreams seize you, or during the quiet steps of a morning routine. Allow for the spaces between, the pauses that are pockets of potential. Embrace the nudge to pray, sensing that it's God reaching out through you, bridging earthly concerns with heavenly hope. Now, consider this. Who comes to mind right now, at this very moment, as you sit with this thought? As you think on this, remember that God's love reaches deeper and wider than you can imagine. It's broader and more expansive than the world we can see, and through your prayer, this love encircles those who need it the most, wrapping them in its warmth, drawing them into its embrace. Embrace this gentle calling as a chance to make a difference that isn't always seen but is deeply felt. Recognize this as an opportunity to serve in a sacred, intimate way. Your prayers craft a pathway God uses to sow seeds of faith, care, and peace in someone else's heart, maybe even at a time when they're feeling particularly alone or uncertain. This pathway is laden with potential for healing, a whisper of calm in the turmoil they may silently face. In closing, reflect on this. How might your prayer create a ripple of grace in someone's life today? Consider for a moment, when you're ready, and without hesitation, pause and invite others to join in this journey by reaching out, forming a community of hearts connected by prayer and love, each heart beating to the rhythm of care. Recognize the power resident in community and how shared hearts in prayer create a network of love that supports and uplifts.